Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, and today we are going to study a new topic, a new chapter, and the name is state space analysis. Now, what do you mean by state? Why we are going to study a state space analysis? We'll see one by one. So, the first of all, state space analysis. What is the state space analysis? Basically, it is a tool or it is a technique to identify or to analyze or to design any system. Basically, compared to conventional technique, that is, we can use a Bode plot to analyze and to design. We can use a root locus also. We can use a transfer function also. We can use a polar plot also. There are various methods to analyze or to design the system. But this technique is powerful. Why it is powerful? Because in this technique, now the state space analysis technique is much more powerful compared to rest of the cases or the conventional method. Reason is we can solve or we can design this system by considering its initial conditions also. There are different and there are various drawbacks are there. We will discuss it later on. How many systems this state space analysis can design, we'll see one by one. But first of all, we'll study the definition of state space analysis. So, the introduction. The state variable approach, or you can say state space analysis approach, is a powerful tool, as I said, or the technique which is used to analyze or design of any system. Then, which type of system we can design or analyze? The first one is linear or non-linear. You can take time invariant or invariant. And the last one, MIMO system, that is multiple input, multiple output. Now, why it is important? Because of these examples. We can use any linear or any non-linear system. We can design or analyze any one of them. We can use time variant or invariant system to design or analyze, or we can use a single input, single output, or else multiple input and multiple output system. Now, what are the drawbacks we have faced in conventional methods? We'll see one by one. So let's say we'll take the example of transfer function. Basically, the first disadvantage is it is only defined over a zero initial condition. Means what? We are going to solve only the present state of the system. We are not going to consider any initial conditions values of system. So it is produced by some error or due to previous energy of the system. We always consider it is zero. But in state space analysis, we can consider that value also, so that you can nullify the errors which is produced in the output. The second disadvantage is the transfer function is capable to LTI system, which means transfer function is applicable only for linear time invariant system. It is not available for, or we cannot use it for, time variant system, or you can say a non-linear system. The third one, now the transfer function approach is restricted up to a CISO system. CISO means what? A single input, single output, which means you can give only single input and you will get the single output. It is not available, or you cannot use a transfer function for multiple input and multiple output, which is covered in state space analysis. And the last one, it does not provide information regarding to the internal state of system. Means what? What is happening inside the system we cannot identify using transfer function, because transfer function is the ratio of output to the input, which means we don't know what is happening inside the system. So state space analysis is the approach we can get the idea about what is happening inside the system. Next, we can solve a multiple input, multiple system, or we can analyze and design. Now, it is applicable for linear as well as non-linear, as well as time invariant and time variant system. And the much more important, we can solve initial conditions as well as the zero state conditions of the system. Now, we will study different parameters of state space analysis. The first one is state. What do you mean by state? So, first of all, state. State means what? The present condition of the system. So its definition is, it is the condition of system at any instant of time. We can find out the output, or we can find out the input which is processed or which is processed by system at any instant of time. Now the second one is state variable. The state variables are a set of variables that completely describes the state or the condition of system at any instant of time. Now, state variables means what? If we have a differential equation, the nth order differential equation, then we use n number of state variables. Now, all the state variables will give us idea about what is happening at instant of first differentiation, second differentiation and third differentiation up to nth differentiation. So, state variables are used to give the information about the system at each and every instant of time. Now, we will study a new definition. The new definition is state equation. State equation means what? As I discussed or as I said, the state variables are used to define the current position or current value at any instant of time. But we use a mathematical approach to represent the current state of the model. So, the state equation are formed by equating the sum of incoming signals of the integrator to the first derivative of the state variables, which means we have a differential equation and we use a different state variables to define a state variables. Now, how to represent the state variables using differential equation, I will show you by taking some example. If we have a second order or the first order differential equation, now, what we are going to do? We are going to equate all the y of t on left hand side, but first of all, we will apply a Laplace transform. But here, the equation is already present in time domain, so no need to apply a Laplace transform. We will directly substitute a state variables. What is the highest order or degree of differentiation? It is 2. Now, if it is 2, then we will use a 2 state variables. So, we will start from y of t. But first of all, we will write the equation in proper way, like we will shift all the y of t on left hand side. Now we will use a state variable. Let's say here we have a second order, which means we will use 2 state variables, and 2 state variables are x1 of t and x2 of t. So first of all, we will start from the basic one, that is y of t is equals to x1 of t. But remember one thing, we will always differentiate our state variable max to max up to 1. Then when the differentiation value reaches to 1, then we will substitute it by a second differential or the second state variable. So here we have y of t equals to x1 of t. Now we will differentiate both the sides. Y dash of t equals to x1 dash of t. Now your equation is in highest degree of state variable. So we will replace it by second state variable, that is x2 of t, and again we'll differentiate both the sides so that your double derivative or second order differentiation of y of t will be covered. And now we will form the equation of y double dash of t, which means we are going to write all the single order or the normal y of t on the left hand side and higher order of differentiation on left hand side. What we are going to do? Here we will place a left hand side, I am going to place the higher order of differential or state variables. Then and right hand side we are going to place only a normal values of state variables. So higher order of differentiation of state variable is x dot of t or x2 dot of t for y double dash of t. On left hand side we will keep the higher order of state variable or higher differential order of state variable, that is x2 dash of t. And on right hand side we will write a simple form of state variable, that is y dash of t is represented by simple form, that is x2 of t, and y of t is replaced by a simple form, that is x1 of t plus x of t, which is my input. So this is nothing but my state equation of system. Using this we can find out a state variable model, that is input state variable model as well as the output state variable model. Now how to represent it, I'll show you. Basically we have an input state model and output state model. Input state model is represented by, or we can refer it by, state equation model, and the output equation model is my output model. Now so first of all we'll write the state equation or the input model. Suppose if we have a 2 variables in our state model, then my state model or state equation will be we have got the equation but in matrix form. If you want to write the state equation in equation form, then it will be, so I have shown the state equation in matrix form also as well as in equation form also, where the A matrix is having a 2 cross 2 variables or elements. Because I have considered my state variables are 2, we will write the output equation matrix. First of all, we'll write the output equation. This is nothing but our state equation and this one is a state model. Now I'm writing output equation. It is represented by y of t equals c into x of t plus d into u of t. But c and d and a and b are the matrix, where a is having 2 cross 2 element and b is having 2 cross 1 element. Now in case of c, it is having 1 cross 2 element. Now in this x of t we have 2 cross element. 2 cross 2 matrix, or for 2 state variables, the value of d may be or may not be having 1 cross 1 element, or else maybe it will having a 2 cross 1 element, and our state input, that is u of t. So this is all about the basics of or the introduction to the state space analysis. Now there are different types of derivations, like how we can convert a state model into transfer function or the vice versa. Now we will derive the equations related to this, so that you will get the idea what is the formula to convert any state variable model into transfer function and the vice versa. Then after that we will solve some numericals which is related to a state space analysis. Then we are going to solve some numericals related to state space analysis. So thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned to Ekeeda and subscribe to Ekeeda for further more videos. Thank you so much.